in the financial markets. It is exactly 2 minutes past 3 p.m. East African time. You're right in time for business today. Let's get you informed. So the Kenya's economy is making a steady recovery, shaking off the adverse effects of COVID-19 to a record 10% growth in the quarter to June. The rebound was driven by growth across all sectors following the reopening of the economy, including those that had been hard hit by the pandemic, such as tourism. Notable, however, was a 0.9% contraction in agriculture, largely due to a biting drought. The Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, KNBS, said among the sectors that supported growth over the second quarter were education, which registered a 67.6% growth between April and June compared to a similar period last year. The second was battered in 2020 following suspension of education activities to curb the spread of COVID-19. Other sectors that boosted the economy included ICT to 25.2%, transport and storage 16.9%, and manufacturing 9.6%. Over the first quarter, January to March of this year, the economy also registered a negative growth of 0.7%. Very well. So on matters healthcare, Africa Invest Private Credit has partnered with Ruwai Family Hospital Limited. The hospital, one of the only 12 level 5 hospitals in Eastlands, will use the new funding to expand in other locations across the country. This move is set to improve the universal healthcare expansion across the country. All right, on to some more good news. So the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, KICD, funded by UAP Old Mutual Group, have commenced the development of financial literacy guidelines for teachers. This follows the successful completion of an in-depth analysis to identify gaps in the existing financial literacy matrices in the learning curriculum. The partnership, valued at 21 million Kenya shillings and dubbed Old Mutual Learn, supports efforts to integrate financial literacy into the CBC, which, apart from academic knowledge, seeks to impact core life skills among learners.
This particular partnership is interesting to us for two reasons. One, KICD has got the institutional capability to roll out this thing across the country, but significantly, the fact that they can do it on different platforms. And I think all of us remember that when COVID came through, learners and teaching could not happen on a face-to-face basis. And I think at that time, KICD demonstrated their capability to roll out learning virtually on different platforms. So for us, that is exciting, the fact that KICD is the custodian of curriculum in this country. But secondly, they have the capabilities to actually roll out this program on different platforms. So that is why we think this is significant.
Coming at a point after we have done needs assessment of the curriculum and noted that there are several things that need to really come out and come out strongly in the competency-based curriculum. Looking back all the way from independence, Kenya identified 3 things to deal with: health, poverty, and ignorance. And this comes in education as a driver for all those pillars.
Very well. A new survey shows that Mombasa County has the most unhappy employees who are willing to leave their current employer in just 6 months. The study by jobs placement firm Brighter Monday further reveals that people aged between 18 and 24 years are happy with their current employers. The survey indicated that 90% of respondents believe that job satisfaction increases their productivity. The study, conducted amongst respondents from Nairobi, Kisumu and Mombasa, also found that employee satisfaction goes beyond salary satisfaction, thus placing a call to action for employers to evaluate fundamental factors that foster employee satisfaction.
Of gender, where majority were male at 62% and female at 38%. Followed closely by the millennial age demographic of 25 to 35 years old, who represented actually the majority at 64% of the people that responded, followed by 18 to 24 years old, that represented 19% of the respondents, and lastly the 36 to 45 years old, who represented 13% of the respondents. Majority of these respondents mostly are in the capital city, that is Nairobi, and these were 63% of the respondents, and majority of them have a bachelor's degree.
Very well. So Kenyans are championing